or sort of cell B73, we can just simply get B67. Okay? All right. The mortgage balance at the end of year 5. All right? Okay. Let's take a look at what we're going to be doing here. All right? If we were using the calculator, we would have the calculator set 12 payments per year, and we would put in the terms of the loan. In this case, we've got a 4.5% loan, so 4.5% interest rate for 25 years. And we know that the payment on the loan, the monthly payment, which once again, given to you up here on the sheet, is $131,173.08. So that's going to be a negative payment. Okay? And we, well, actually, we could have done, okay. Let me do it this way. All right, trying to illustrate what we've got. This may be less confusing. All right. The original loan was for 25 years, but how long have we gone in this particular example? We've gone for 5 years. So we're really only going to have to put in 5 as the term. Then we can go ahead and put in what I had here, the 131,173.08. I was thinking about it 2 different ways. We can just work it this way after all. All right. So we've got that as our payment. All right. So what we're really going to be searching for is the future value of this loan. Okay. But in order to do that, we're also going to have the actual present value, which in this case was the loan amount, $23,599,390.49 would be our present value. So we're going to be solving for the future value of the loan or the loan balance after 5 years. Does that make sense, everybody? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you don't actually put this in your calculator, but if you want to, you can, because it'll show you what the answer is. Okay. Now, to do this same exact problem in Excel, we're going to use future value in Excel. Okay. So in this particular cell, you're going to type equal future value, open parentheses, rate, number of periods, payment, present value, and type. Once again, it'll be 0 for end of the period. All right, so let's start with the rate. So we go back up to the top. We get our rate of the 4.5%, divide that by 12, comma, the number of periods, the cell right below it, which is cell B13, 25 years. No, actually, no. Yeah, see, I almost made a mistake. All right. So instead of putting in the full term of the 25 years, we're only going to put in a term or number of periods of
5.
Well, not 5, but 60 months. So you can either put it in as 5 times 12, or you can simply type in a hard-coded 60, comma, the payment. We simply capture cell B11. You want to make sure you're capturing the monthly payment, not the annual, because you'll get a wrong answer if you do the annual. Comma, the present value, or B14, comma, and then 0 for end of the period. All right? So we may have to make a minor adjustment. We'll see here in a second. And let's see here. Okay, we're going to make an adjustment, and that adjustment is we're going to have to make the payment negative. Okay, there we go. Now we get the right answer. All right, so let me highlight this for you. So it's equal FB for future value, open parentheses, B12 divided by 12, comma, 60, comma, negative B11, comma, B14, comma, 0, close parentheses. Okay, and then we'll reformat that to just simply put nice and tight. Okay, almost there. Okay. 1 second.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. Now, the sale proceeds before tax. Once again, simple little subtraction, okay? So equal B73 plus the negative, okay? So B73 plus B74 should give you the 15,629. Okay. All right. Now, again, we'll see where my A students are. All right, we have a tax rate of 25% that we need to apply to the cost recovery portion. Okay. So in essence, what that means is that we've got to apply the 25% tax rate to what number? Oh, I'm sorry? The 2.7 million, okay? Because that's the cost recovery. So let's just simply equal C76 times cell B70. Okay, let's see if we match up. Lo and behold, we do. Yay. Okay. 679, 070, 78. Okay. All right, so once again, cell reference is simply C76 times B70. Okay, we're almost there. Okay. Now, the tax on the capital gain. You should be able to figure it out. Once again, use your brain. All you're going to do is take the capital gains tax rate times the capital gain from appreciation. But you're going to get a positive number because that number was a positive number, whereas the other one was a negative number. So you're going to simply have to put a negative sign. Okay? So now you should match up with that number. So now, sales proceeds, subtract out the tax and the cost recovery, subtract out the tax and the capital gain, and boom, sale proceeds after tax. Okay, let's see if we match. 13,971, 293.11. Perfect match. Okay? All right, we're almost there.
Wait, can you go back 1 second?
Yep. Which one?
13 million.
The last calculated. No, the B78.
No, he asked for that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not trying to be rude here. I really am not. But seriously, you should be able to look
yeah, follow that.
plus, minus, equal. I mean, come on. Okay. B77
you avoid paying the tax on capital gain if you do the 1031 exchange?
Yes, that's precisely what you do.
Can you save 100% of that
Yes.
capital gain?
Yes. And the recapture depreciation.
Oh,
Yes. Which is why people do it. Because when you see that for our little example, you'd be saving yourself about, $1.4 million.
Okay. Well, because it's a deferred capital gain, you have to pay at a
Later date,
right?
yeah, if you sell off that property, but indefinitely you can keep pushing it forward.
Okay.
That's why it's called tax deferred,
And the same with the depreciation, is it deferred to the next period?
in essence. Okay, all right. We got that. Now, let's finish up a couple of quick little things up above that we need to take care of. Specifically, we need to fill in the values for the reversion for the before tax and the after tax, okay? So let's start with before tax. Okay, I'm giving you the number here. It's 15,629.73.80. Well, look at all the stuff we just calculated and see if a number matches that. Sale proceeds before tax. Wow, that's pretty straightforward, isn't it? Okay, so we just simply take and cell reference. So in cell C53, you're going to cell reference B75. Okay. And we're gonna make a couple of other little minor adjustments. So everybody good with that one? Okay. Now then, for column or cell D53.
B78.
Okay. I'm going to trust you on that. Oops. B78. Okay. Which is simply the sale proceeds after tax. The reason we went through all that brain damage to begin with. Okay. All right. Now. Okay, we're almost there. Got two more little calculations on this and then we're done with this. Okay. All right, so what we need to do is we need to now add your reversions into those final years for the before tax and the after tax. Okay? So what I would do is just simply go up, in this case, to let's say cell C50, and then add the 15,629.73.80 for cell C53. Boom, done on that one. Okay, now my numbers should match what's on the page for that one. Okay, same thing for D. Add in that reversion. Boom. All right. So at this point, you should have a completed spreadsheet that should match up with every single number on the handout. If you match up with every single number on the handout, you are good to go with respect to what we're about to start, which is the case studies. Okay? Now, as you remember from what I said at the very beginning of class today, it's all you have. Okay, first of all, save this. Save this as example case, whatever you want to call it. Okay, save it as something before you change anything else or before you lose it. Save it. All right. Now, let me explain very, very simply for those of you that came in late how this is going to work. Okay. In my hand, I have case study 1 and case study 2. Case study 1 on the front of the page, case study 2 on the back of the page. What you are given at the top are basically the input values that you've got to put into the spreadsheet that we have created together. Once you have input those values correctly, then you simply answer basically these check figures down here at the bottom. You do that for both case studies. and what I would suggest you do is you do one case study, fill in all of the answers, save that spreadsheet, then do it for the second case study, save it, bring it up here, I'll look at it, I'll tell you what's right and what's wrong, and you basically don't leave the room until you get all of the values correct. It's as simple as that. Once you've got all of the values correct, you are free to leave. Okay, does that make sense, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, so it's almost 10 o'clock right now, so my suspicion is, quite frankly, if you've done everything correct, you should be able to be out of here in about 15 minutes. Okay? Now, if you haven't, and you've been slacking around or you're not paying attention, you may be in here for the next couple of hours. Okay? Now, all right. Now, let me make a couple of other quick announcements, because obviously you're going to be furiously working away at this. Like I said, it's not going to be that complicated, but you're going to be furiously working away at it. So next week and the following week, let me explain what we've got going on so that everybody is clear. Okay? Because when you're not paying attention, this is where I get all these crazy emails. What are we doing? Okay? So, all right. So next week, we have test number 2. Okay? If you are happy with your grades for the last 3 quizzes, you do not have to take test number 2. Now, do you have to be here for next week? No. Okay? What we're going to do next week, initially, is, and you can watch the video for this, quite frankly, is I was originally going to have a guest speaker, but instead what I'm going to do is we're going to spend the time talking about your assignment that is due for the final class session, which is 2 weeks from today, okay? Which is driven by the deal structure.
What time will you start talking about?
That's going to be the very beginning.
The very-
Okay.
So I'm going to do all of that at the beginning, then we'll do the test, and then you're done. Everybody follow that? Yes or no? The last week, what we will do is then we will have the presentations of your deal structure project, which will be probably a couple of PowerPoint slides and the spreadsheet, talk about what you did, why you did what you did, that sort of thing, and that's what we're going to be basically fine-tuning next week, okay? So you'll have that ready for that final week. After we are done with those presentations, those of you that are taking the comprehensive final that can replace one or the other test grade, that's when that will be occurring. And then once you're done with that, you're done. Now, so theoretically, you're going to know, really, after today, 95% of your grade. The only piece that's remaining is that one little, presentation there at the end. And quite frankly, if you're happy with your grade and not getting that 5 points for that, you can just skip it. Okay? Pure and simple. If you've got a, 97 average and you're willing to take a 92, that's fine. Okay? Everybody follow that? Okay. Everybody clear? Okay. So the point is today, if you complete the 2 case studies correct, you automatically get 5% full credit for that 5%. Does that make sense? Yes or no?
For case study, right? 5%.
For the case studies we're about to do right now.
Per study?
No,
Not 5?
5.
No, total.
Like,
Okay? Trust me, if you get one of them right, you're going to get both of them right. Okay? Because, in other words, if you've got everything up here correctly, you should be able just to type in the numbers and get the answers in a matter of a couple of minutes. It'll be done. Now, where you're going to make mistakes is putting those numbers in correctly into the spreadsheet. You're going to misinterpret something, or, and you'll see a couple little minor nuances. Okay? as case studies.